Well, hi there folks, Simon here, Ario's pipe smoker. This video is a VR for Ethan, Parsimonious pipe smoker. A pipe smoker's hell. I guess you do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm smoking this lovely old pipe from about the 1920s, this Sommet de Paris. During the 40s and 50s, they actually like more ornate sculptural hand-carved pipes. They actually carved some for Dunhill as well as produce their meerschaums during the war, I believe. Now, I always enjoy Ethan Parsimonious pipe smokers challenges because not only are they great fun, they're also thought-provoking. I've had to think about this one for a day or two before I committed to filming it or making the VR. Now, if you were cast into the eternity of hell, what tobacco would you be cursed with, and what track of music would accompany you for the rest of eternity in your own private hell? Now, I don't claim to be a biblical scholar or have any great understanding, but as far as I'm aware, most mental imagery that we carry around of hell, of the fiery pits, the red guy with horns and a spiky tail, in fact comes from John Milton rather than the good book itself. So I thought I would possibly break away from the popular traditional imagery of hell. I can't remember for the life of me, Jean-Paul Sartre wrote a short play, and I think it was two women and a man trapped in a drawing room, and as the play progresses they kind of realise that they're dead and in the afterlife, and they're in fact in hell, and given the dynamics of the three characters, they're three very incompatible people that are destined to spend the rest of eternity together, trapped in a room. So it got me thinking about one's own private hell. Now the tobacco that it's not that I would choose it, but if I had to be accursed with the tobacco for the rest of eternity, without a shadow of a doubt, it would be the Borkum Riff Cherry. I'm not sure what name it goes under anymore, but you'll know the one I mean. My God. This stuff is pure evil in a tobacco. I mean, I have no idea what chemicals they put on it to achieve that very artificial cherry taste, but my God, are they all pervasive. I had a relatively small amount of it in a jar, and this become my kind of bits and pieces, half bowl, end of packet dumping jar. And when this jar was practically full up, there's probably only 10% of this Borkum Riff Cherry. Lo and behold, the rest of the jar was infested with the evil ghost that is Borkum Riff Cherry. Like, as in, it was undilutable, this stuff. I think you could put 1 part Borkum Riff Cherry into 1,000 parts something nice, and it would just taste like Borkum Riff Cherry. It's the most unpleasant, all-pervasive, disgusting thing I can imagine putting in a pipe. if there's worse, ooh, I dread to think how how much worse you can get. That was the easy part, deciding a tobacco to be accursed with for the rest of eternity. And I imagine I'm not going to be the only person to have made that choice. Now, the music, that was a little bit more of a challenge. I was kind of thinking, you know, what piece of music would irritate me, what would drive me to insanity. And then my train of thought changed somewhat, because I'm talking about my own private hell. Maybe it wouldn't be hell for everyone, but my own private hell. And the song I chose, not because I detest it, it's probably one of the greatest songs ever written, and probably one of my favourites, would be by Johnny Mitchell. Johnny Mitchell, the track Blue. Now, the reason I've chosen this one is because every time I listen to this, and it's not a daily listen, many times it makes me cry. It brings tears to my eyes. There's a big emotional swelling listening to this song. And it's not out of sadness necessarily. It's a cumulative effect of nostalgia, lost loves, the past, all of these feelings, very emotional feelings. Now, if I'm cast into eternity, I think that would be a track that would, if it was on endless loop for the rest of eternity, it would just be a constant reminder of all of the good times in the past, and looking back with this feeling of nostalgia, and invariably nostalgia has feelings of sadness attached to it. And I thought, well, yeah, that would probably be the biggest torture, being stuck in hell whilst constantly being reminded of the past loves, past experiences, this feeling of nostalgia and sadness. So that would be my track for the rest of eternity. And I thought I'd add as a bit of a side note while we're on this vein. I know there's been a few various VRs and things around about who would you most like to smoke a pipe with. People who can be dead, people who can be currently alive, and most people tend to choose, the greats like Einstein or Carl Jung, or these very prominent pipe smokers. And although that would be interesting, I kind of have a feeling that it would just become a conversation full of rhetoric. Possibly there wouldn't be any. It'd be great to sit down with these guys for sure, but I don't think much would be learnt on a personal level in some respects. So, whilst I'm in hell, I would like to smoke a pipe with some of the more notorious characters from history, such as Stalin, maybe Genghis Khan, maybe Hitler. because these guys have got a bad rep, and for good reason, obviously. But on a journey of learning, I would suspect that the conversations would be very interesting and somewhat longer and less full of rhetoric if I could sit down with some of these guys and kind of question their motives and their reasoning and their rationale. So I guess that's my VR for Ethan, Parsimonious Pipe Smoker. Like I said, I'll put a link down in the description to his channel. Go and take a look. And I'm going to probably carry on with some tobacco processing, I imagine. Well, congratulations, Ethan. And good luck to all the other entrants. And I'm sure Borkenriff Cherry is probably going to be one of the top 5 tobaccos to take into perjury for the rest of eternity. Alright guys, signing off. Have a nice day now. Take care.